Getting past the past is probably one of the things that a lot of people find very difficult to do. The past is full of pain and hardship, bad decisions, worse judgment. Basically, our past is where a lot of our demons they just run rampant, and even 5 years later, my own mind, even in all my quiet time and as good as place as I am, my mind still conjures up who I used to be. I find myself when I make decisions a little too quickly that it was kind of the old me coming back to haunt me on some of the decisions that I made. Sometimes I let life, the fast pace of life, kind of make me forget, kind of lose perspective that, it doesn't matter how far you are in this journey, you still have to slow down when decisions when it comes time to make decisions. So how to get past the past? There's a lot of analogies. There's a reason the front windshield's bigger than the rear view mirror. Focus on the past, one step, or focus on the future, one foot in front of the other. Lots of great references, lots of great analogies, lots of great stories. But when it comes right down to it, getting past the past really is nothing more than keeping your focus on the future, forgiving, good decisions, better judgment, philosophy, mindset, attitude, perspective. I mean, these are all keys to getting past who you used to be. Moving forward instead of backwards. And, as you start down this journey or start down this path, there will be a lot of one step forward, two steps back. And as you progress and as you build confidence and self-worth, you get more into the two steps forward, one step back. And then as you really gain experience and change, as you really begin to look at situations, the steps forward vastly outnumber the steps backwards. And as important as the past is for perspective, as important as the past is to learn about the mistakes we made, to kind of use the past as a point of perspective, a point to judge how far we've come, to help keep us in the direction that we want to travel. I mean, the past plays some very significant roles in our progress towards a better us, a better future. It also provides some insight into some of the things that we got right. So it's important to understand that no matter how terrible your past is, your past, and that really is the one thing that you can't change. That is the one thing that you're stuck with. You are stuck with the pain you caused, the decisions you made, the situations you were in. Your past is a record you cannot escape. And some people will judge you on your past. I mean, it doesn't matter how good you are now. There are people out there that will judge you solely on your past. Am I going to say they're in the wrong? Not necessarily. Those you hurt the most, those who were closest to you when you were going through, your bad, your terrible time, your low spot. I have one person in my life who judges me on my past, and as much work as I have done to become who I am now, this particular person judges me heavily on my past, and it's painful. It's painful to watch this person dismiss all of my hard work, to continue to judge me as if nothing's changed. And I don't blame this person. I do not blame this person one bit. This person has every right to do that. And I don't think there is another person in my life I would let get away with that. But this person gets a pass. And those people in your life that judge you on your past, they make it extremely difficult to get past the past. But understanding who you were in the past, watching yourself mold, to watch yourself tear yourself down and rebuild yourself, is a key step in getting past the past. Perspective, seeing where you were at and where you're at now, that helps. That helps tremendously to really put the past where it belongs, and that's behind you. The demons that are in your past, those are the ones you turn around and you face, and they have to be beat. They have to be squashed, because if you don't, they will come back to play, and as often as you let them. Self-doubt, self-loathing, self-sympathy, or not sympathy. That's probably a bad word to use. Self-loathing, maybe that's the word I'm looking for. So just keeping your eye on the future, making sure that you are consciously developing a plan for the future, constantly looking at the path you're on and objectionably looking at who you are now to make sure you're still on that path, to make sure you're still heading in the right direction. And in the beginning, you don't have a lot to focus on, because you should be too busy spending time in the past, understanding. Because if you are where I was at up till 5 years ago, you got a lot of mistakes to look at. You got a lot of mistakes to overthink, to organize, to just think about. So, the first, days, weeks, first few months of change, you should be spending most of your time in the past, to get a better handle on where it went wrong, to get a better handle on, and I've talked about this at length in several videos, to talk about or to think about decisions you've made. Sit down when it's quiet and just explore the past is a roadmap. The past is not like the future. The future is very unclear, lots of different roads, lots of different directions. The past is pretty much set in stone. You have a roadmap to your past. So it's not like you're trying to. You have a lot of questions. How did I get there? Why would I make these decisions? Why would I make these mistakes over and over and over? Yes, you're going to have questions like that. But as far as the overall, the way your past looks, the road you took to get from point A to point B to point C to point D, that road is very well documented. So you really can work backwards, and you really can start to understand whatever decisions or situations that got you to all those different points. And it's very analyzed. That was what I was looking for, analyzed. Your past is once you quit being scared of your past, once you turn around and you learn how to face it, The past is very, very easy to analyze. Everything's there. There's nothing hidden. There's nothing crazy going on in your past. Your past is your past. So to sit back and really analyze your past, have an understanding of your past, I guess that actually probably is the best way to put how do you get past your past? Analyze it, understand it, respect it. Your past will tell you more about who you used to be, and it will help you really a lot of times in change, you don't really understand who you want to be. You have a general idea, but you really don't understand it. And that, I guess that really is the great thing about the past. It can help you understand who you don't want to be. So, as you decide what you don't want to be, your options for who you want to be, they start to slim down, and it makes it a little bit easier to have a better understanding of who you want to be. As you walk down that path of the past and you analyze it, I guess it works the same for the path in the future. At least as you walk down that path and you analyze the past, it helps to make the past in your future clear. Because some of you'll start to see that some of the paths that lead to your future, some of those paths on your roadmap to your journey, look a lot like the path of the past, and you have to avoid those paths. So get past your past. It requires analyzing it, understand it. Keep your focus on the future. Keep your focus on what you want to build. Because really, it's up to you what your future looks like. And you can build it any way you want. You can build it to be great, or you can build it to fall apart. Learning from your past, though, that's the key to building a future that won't fall apart on you. Also in the past, you find those little gems of you. We've talked about this before. Those little gems of the great parts of you. Those help build whatever it is you're building in the future. So, don't focus on the past. Once you get your past analyzed, and I still to this day, I spend a little bit of time in the past, making sure there wasn't something I forgot, making sure there's not a little demon back there, making sure I didn't forget somebody that I need to apologize to, and make amends with people. You want to get past the past, go to these people that you hurt and apologize to, and tell them that you're not the same person anymore. And they don't have to accept it. That's not a requirement. But go to these people and apologize and let them know, hey, I'm not the same person. This is who I used to be. This is who I am now, and this is where I'm heading. Some people respect it. Some people don't care. You hurt them too bad. So, that's another great way to get past the past is to accept accountability and responsibility, and really show people that. That's rare in this world, to accept accountability and responsibility. So yeah, that's not it, but that's going to be it for this video. So keep on fighting, one foot in front of the other. Don't give up. The rewards, they greatly outweigh the risk. There really is no risk in change. You might look bad for a little bit. You might feel bad for a little bit. Depression might sink in for a little bit, but if you keep at it, the rewards greatly outweigh the risks. Have a good day, y'all.